Resort and Saganing Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel.
And that'll do it for Focus today, brought to you by Foster Blue Water. No, that's where Terry Henne is, Foster Blue Water Oil. You'll hear him on the Farm Show. We're brought to you by Roof Max, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about Roof Max online at roofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. Time to head over to Baird & Company for our ticker tip of the day. On this Friday, we say good morning to Steve Anderson. Steve?
And a good morning to you, sir.
How are the markets doing to end the week?
Well, the markets are mixed right now. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial Averages down by 126 points, putting it at 34,354 on volume of 578 million shares. NASDAQ is ahead, though, by 104, putting it at 13,718. And the S&P 500 is also up a little over 3 points at 44,15.
And your ticker tip for the day?
Years ago, people got in the habit of holding their stock certificates. They would have them printed, mailed to them, and then they would keep track of them. Some people did it in a safety deposit box at the bank. They kept them in a file cabinet or a safe at home. Some we hear even were keeping them in the freezer or under a mattress. And there are still some people today that have certificates like that out and about. One of the big problems is the number of people that we run into that have them that way, that then when they want to do something, they can't remember where that place I'll never forget is.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that would really help that is you should consider having your brokerage firm hold your certificates for you. That way, the brokerage firm becomes responsible for collecting your dividends, running down any stock splits, name changes, and in the event that you, the stockholder, moves, there's not a problem of accidentally not informing a company. If you've got 20 different stock certificates, you got to get a hold of all of the transfer agents to do anything like that. And also, if you've done that, your financial advisor can be better informed. So when you ask for and are given portfolio advice, he has a full view of what he's trying to work with, so that you don't hide the prescriptions that you're taking from your doctor. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Because that can cause big problems for you health wise. Well, you can get into some problems financially if you don't let your advisor know what you have. And one of the best ways is to get those stock certificates where they belong. And oh, by the way, the one thing I forgot out of that first part is if you do happen to lose, misplace, whatever, your stock certificates, and now you need to do something with them, those stock certificates need to be replaced, and there's a fee, generally between 3 and 5, and I've heard of some companies that are up as high as 10% of the value that it costs to get that replaced. So that's not good.
How do they get some help from you to keep on the straight and narrow?
Well, you can call us right here at Baird & Company in Saginaw, where the telephone number is 989-790-5724. Our Midland location is 989-839-9035, or you can find us on the web, rwbaird, BAIRD.com, and then you can look for either one of our branches.
All right, Steve, enjoy the weekend, and spring is here. We'll talk to you Monday.
Isn't that nice? We'll talk to you.
All right, bye-bye now. Steve Anderson and our ticker tip of the day from Baird & Company. The Farm Show with Terry Henne will be along next year on WSGW.
A good grower always knows the forecast, and with interest rates forecasted to rise in the near future, there's never been a better time to lock in a historically low rate on a new irrigation system at your local Zematic dealer. For a limited time, get an additional 1% interest rate discount on already low financing and the earliest delivery dates in the industry, so your new Zematic pivot is ready to roll this spring. Terms and conditions apply. See your local dealer or visit lindsay.com/spring sale for full details.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do. But You have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh and Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
You are invited to join the Great Lakes Bay Economic Club this Monday, March 21st, 11:45 a.m. at SVSU's Curtis Hall to learn about family business economic impact. Patricia Soldano, president of Family Enterprise USA and senior fellow at the Drucker School Global Family Business Institute, is the keynote speaker. She will cover legislative issues, voter attitudes, and the economic impact of family businesses. Sign up now at glbec.org for this highly informative lunch this Monday at SVSU's Curtis Hall. That's glbec.org to learn more and get signed up.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for an adventure at the Frankenmuth Aerial Park for only $21. It's usually $42. You are getting it half off. With everything slowly but surely starting to thaw out, it's time to get outside and have some fun. This deal gives you admission for one for a 2-hour weekday or weekend session at the Frankenmuth Aerial Park. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Fly ball right center. Got a chance! 500! Miguel Cabrera has done it!
The countdown is on. 21 days until opening day. Your home for the Tigers is WSGW.
Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Mostly cloudy and a little bit cooler. Good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. We're having ourselves a great day. We are at Foster Blue Water Oil at their warehouse at 3680 Patterson Road. Just Google it if you don't know where we're located. But I'll tell you, the smell of saving money will bring you in today, because we're talking a lot of things from the lubricant division of Foster Blue Water Oil, where they're previewing some things, some of the products that you've been accustomed to using with Foster Blue Water Oil and maybe some other places available today. And they're all specially priced for spring, the early spring promotion event and open house going on right now at Foster Blue Water Oil. And the folks are rolling in. We're approaching lunchtime. Fat Matt's Barbecue providing the food for us. Boy, it's needless to say, it's a great day. 39 degrees and clouds. Nothing like what we've been experiencing, quite frankly, over the past few days, where we were looking at temperatures in the upper 60s, low 60s, approaching 70 degrees. And what's strange about all this is currently we're 39 degrees at the airport, 39 at Radio Center. Bay City, where we are located, it's 40. Downtown Midland is currently looking at 39 degrees. You go down toward Flint, it's 10 degrees warmer. And you get down into the Detroit area, it's 52 degrees there right now. So that kind of gives you an idea of where the frontal system is, how close we aren't to the warmer weather. But you move a little bit further south and get down into Ohio, some of those parts, you're looking at temperatures dropping down, or I should say moving up into the mid 60s. And by the time the day is all done, they're going to have some early summer-like weather in that part of the country. Yeah, the rain is also going to be a part of that, and we'll talk about it in just a second. We did have a frontal system that dropped down through the state that changed our weather direction, wind direction. Now we're looking at a northeast breeze about 10, 30.04. Steady right now is the barometric pressure, but the only reason why it's where it's at is because the low pressure system that's going to generate all this activity that we're looking forward to later this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow, is well to the south. It's gathered quite a bit of steam right now. It's situated over Arkansas and extreme southwestern parts of Missouri. and it is giving those folks some pretty crazy weather down there. As a matter of fact, tornadic activity has been a part of the weather forecast so far this morning in areas along the Gulf Coast, and all of that is going to be moving as we go through the remainder of the day today to the east. So that severe weather is going to be a part of the weather scene for them because of this system all the way through the weekend. And we are going to be looking at the East Coast getting a major storm as we move through the day on Saturday and into Sunday. Fortunately for us, we're on the north side of it. The low pressure system has got quite a bit of momentum. It is going to be moving in an east-northeasterly direction. It'll be following the Ohio River. It is going to move up into and around the Cleveland area, and then eventually over I was going to say Grand Falls. It's Niagara Falls, and that is going to be tomorrow afternoon. So it will be moving away from us. We'll begin to see a little less activity later on tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And by midnight or so, Saturday night, early Sunday morning, we should begin to see some clearing, because our forecast for Sunday is going to be mostly sunny skies with temperatures about 55, 56 degrees. But we're going to have to contend with low 40s, and the temperature isn't really going to wiggle very much over the next 24 to 36 hours. Our high temperature is projected to be 42. Our low tonight, 42. Our high temperature tomorrow, 43. But then tomorrow night, that temperature, especially after midnight, is going to drop down into the low 30s. So we will see tomorrow night into early Sunday morning, whatever precipitation we have will be transitioning over into a snow. So wet snow for northern Michigan, especially late and into the overnight period on Saturday night. I'm not really anticipating any measurable amount of snow for us here, but we will see some snow showers and snow flurry activity. As far as our winds go, we're going to see the winds pick up out of the northeast later this afternoon, gusting to 30 miles per hour, and that northeast wind really chilling things down. We'll have a wind chill. Even though our temperatures will still be hovering around 40, that wind chill will put us into the mid to upper 20s with that northeast wind gusting to 30 miles per hour tonight. During the day tomorrow, rainy skies, a north breeze about 10 to 12 miles per hour, 42 for a high, 31 for a low tomorrow night with a northwest breeze about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But then, as we said, partly cloudy after midnight, sunshine, a west breeze on Sunday, about 10 to 12 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies Sunday night, 31. Monday, the clouds move back in. Tuesday, we'll have clouds. Wednesday, we'll have clouds, and we will have rain, and that activity will spill over into the day on Thursday. Throughout the period, mid 40s, maybe 50 degrees. I think what it looks like Monday, I believe 52 for a high, but then we'll be settling into the upper 40s for a good part of the work week next week, with a chance of precipitation starting as early as Tuesday night and moving at least through Thursday. Long range outlook, again, that above average precipitation trend continues. We're going to be looking at temperatures averaging right about average, maybe just a tad below, to take us right up through the end of March. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on here and, of course, a little bit more on the weather. But before we do that and join Star of the West with a look at the markets, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Usually by the end of the week, we begin to try to take a little bit of a breath when it comes to our markets. I don't know what's going on right now because I've been involved here at Foster Blue Water Oil, but let's slide over to Star of the West. I think I've got Gary Kaufman on the line. Good morning.
Hey, good morning there, Terry.
Well, here we are once again, another week of fun and frivolity. Are we positioning ourselves for anything today, or are we just hanging on?
Well, we're up 34 yesterday on wheat, so we got to be down 30 to 40 today, right? That's kind of the way the week's gone all week, and that's pretty much, we got negatives across the board, Terry. Seeing a little pressure, maybe a little profit taking, but for the most part, grains are down, and trying to even positions up for the weekend, because who knows what's going to happen over the weekend, and when Sunday night comes, it'll be volatility all over again based on Ukraine, Russia, what's anything happening there as far as kind of concessions or whatever. So, but yeah, it's just what the headlines are going to read on any given day is kind of where the market's going to trade. So
I had one farmer walk up to me this morning and say, I think I contracted my wheat a little early. I said,
yeah, probably,
really?
Probably about $3 or $4 too early.
Yeah. I said, well, hopefully you didn't commit the whole boatload, did you? And he goes, oh, no. And I said, all right. Yeah. Well, I got a funny feeling you can take advantage of something here today and maybe next week, given the volatility. But yeah, like you say, some guys did contract, and we're looking at a change of better than $2 since a lot of fellas had contracted.
Yeah. That's why I always tell guys, use the baseball analogy, Terry. Go for the base hit, don't hit the home run, because at the end of the day, you want those base hits average out to a pretty good average, and pricing, changes dramatically as we've seen here this crop year. So for sure, you got to leave a few bullets in the gun to continue on moving forward. So
yeah, and every once in a while, you can steal a base or two.
That's for sure. So, but yeah, anyways, right now, Terry, we're cash and new crop wheat are let's call it down 30 right now. It's moving all over the place here, but that puts the white at 10.06 and the red at 9.96 for both calf and new crop. Cash corn down 14 at 6.70. New crop is down a nickel at 5.85. Cash soybeans, let's call it down 14 there at 15.89, and new crop, Terry, down 11 at 13.98.
So all in all, it's stick to your plan, whatever it is. But I have to think more so than ever before, you got to be in constant contact with your person that you know and you trust at your country elevator to just give you some advice and keep you posted on what's going on, because this is so volatile, so ever changing. I don't really know what else to advise anybody. Do you?
Yeah, it's you could do options, but volatility options are expensive right now. But that's a part of the your marketing program potentially is to buy options. That to keep upside open and downside limited. But again, those do cost money, and more so today than they did a month ago. But that's it's either that or you keep plugging away, selling a few bushels here and there and get a good average. But yeah, I mean, with the Russia, Ukraine, continued peace talks, which has gotten nowheres. I mean, that's the headline that's going to continue to trade this market as they see it in Chicago. So.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. And again, I guess you could call it job security for you.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of conversations, Terry, and there was one trader, he defined the wheat market as schizophrenic, so it's just, continues to trade back and forth and, very volatile patterns. And, until we see some resolution in the Black Sea region, it's going to continue. So.
That's right. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you next week, Gary.
All right, Jerry, you as well. Thank you.
Thank you. A little bit more as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. If you need a new Ram commercial truck or van, get it from a dealer that's been around since 1852. Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth knows trucks and vans, so you can buy with confidence from a dealer where family and service sells cars. They are the Great Lakes Bay Area certified ag dealer, Schaefer and Beerline. And by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of farmers for well over 125 years. 2 locations in Bay City, also Cassidy, Caseville, Pigeon, and Bad Axe. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Doug Klein, here we go.
Good morning.
Let's start from the top.
Well, I know Russia made a payment on their debt, so they are not in default. JP Morgan, I think, was the bank that handled the deal, and they said, we have received money, and so they're good, at least for another 30 days or whatever they get for credit.
Wow.
So that's going on. Nickel was limit down 2 days in a row now, today and yesterday. So that's kind of interesting that's really in play. I think that's a pretty limited market, kind of trade by appointment market. So some of the billionaires got involved in that and ran it up, and now they're running it down. But that's got something to do with stainless steel and all that stuff too. So I don't know what the steel market is doing right now, as in the last 2 days, but that's kind of sort of in play. There was a Fed governor talking this morning, and he said that we really should be at 3% on interest rates by the end of the year. So that kind of shook up the financials a little bit, not huge, but just a little bit. That's in play. I don't know. Just pick a number, any number. I do know one thing for sure, though. I filled the pickup up this morning, and I used my 70 cents. So gas prices certainly should be down by next week.
There
That's
you go.
almost guaranteed.
There you go. Like washing your car.
I can guarantee that at least. So.
Yep.
Here's your numbers. The May corn, 742, down 12.5. December corn is 641 3/4, down 3 1/4, and September 23 corn is 589 1/4, down 1.5. The May soybeans 1656, down 12.5. The November soybeans 1460 3/4, down 8.5, and then November of 23 soybeans 1304 1/4, that's up 4 3/4. May wheat is 1066 3/4, down 31 1/4. The December wheat is 971 1/4, down 16 1/4. And then November, let me look. July of 23 wheat is 837, that's down 2 3/4. So crude oil kind of steady today, 101.71, up 6 cents. Heating oil is 327.43, down 2 cents. Gasoline is 317, down 4.5 cents. Natural gas 490 3/4, that's down 11 1/4 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you 126.34 at the border. That's up 9 ticks. The yen is at 119.24, up 65 ticks. The euro's at 110.36, down 53 ticks. And the dollar's at 98.36, up 40 ticks. Gold is at $1935.60, down $6.50. Silver's at $25.22, down 37.5 cents. And platinum's at $1037.40, that's up $6.10.
Have a good weekend, Doug.
Thank you. You too.
You bet. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Stephanie Zelenko joins us right after this.
How do you make the most of your land? Well, it depends who you ask. If you ask the Wrens or the Caggianos, who run with us on John Deere mowers, they'd tell you.
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
Get as much done in advance as possible.
I jump out of the house, a cup of coffee, and I'm at work.
But the Upshaws, the Hubbards, and the Allens who work behind the wheel of John Deere compact tractors would say,
something that's worth doing isn't always easy.
If it's something you want, just go after it and try it.
And most of all,
I'll make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
Then there's the Nelsons and the Mosers, who may mention from the seat of their Gator UTVs.
It's important to just take it one day at a time.
You can't be all working up, right?
The most fun we have on the Gator is just ripping around the property.
It's a way of life. There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's 11 locations in Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Carroll, Benton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Rochester Hills, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Along with me, Stephanie Zelenko with AgriLiquid. Stephanie, Sunday, it's the first day of spring. Are you ready?
I am ready, and the weather we've had the last couple of days has made me even more ready.
So at this stage of the game, what should we be preparing for?
So we've talked a lot about soil tests when I've been on the last couple of months. Now's the time to really start thinking about it. If you have not pulled a soil sample in recent years, the frost is starting to come out of the ground. We're going to get some good weather here. Even the next 10 days, we're not going to hit that freezing point or too far below it very frequently. So it's your chance to get out there, pull some soil tests, get those sent off to the lab so you can make some of those adjustments before we head to the spring. Other than that, make sure equipment, seed, fertilizer is on hand so we're ready to go when the ground lets us.
There you go. Stephanie, you have a nice weekend. We'll talk to you next week, all right?
Thank you. You too.
You bet. Back with Chuck Cervinski in a moment.
Mr. Farmer, does the cost of fertilizer have your head spinning? Maybe it's time to look for alternatives. Now's the time to see what Dairy Dew can do for you. Dairy Dew? Dairy Dew offers compost blends made with chicken manure, gypsum, and several other natural ingredients that will bring health back into your fields. As a matter of fact, Dairy Dew features a mix of compost blends, granulated fertilizers, and liquids that will help to restore nutrients and good biology to your soils. No matter if you're a conventional farmer or organic farmer, Dairy Dew is for you. Dairy Dew liquids like Kelpful and MCI Corn Starter will benefit your plants. The soil health experts at Morgan Composting have been helping farmers with their soil health for over 25 years. Put that expert know-how to work for you. Don't let today's fertilizer costs get you down. Now you know the best option. Learn more by visiting dairydew.com. Get your orders placed now for spring. Put Dairy Dew to work for you.
Healthy plants come from healthy soil. Healthy soil comes from Dairy Dew.
Along with me, Chuck Cervinski, Maple Hill Nursery and Garden Center in Midland. Chuck, I reminded Stephanie Zelenko that Sunday is spring. It looks as though Mother Nature is trying to hold us back just a little bit, but we should be moving forward, shouldn't we?
I think we're getting to more normal levels with the temperatures, but lots of things we can do, even though it might be early. If you haven't started your garden seeds yet, you still have time to get that done. It's a great time to repot those house plants that you might like to enjoy a little later on your patio. If you haven't removed coverings from evergreens yet, like arborvitaes, coverings from Japanese maples, go ahead and do that now. It's time. And even though the ground's still a little bit frozen, you should be thinking about soil prep for the upcoming season. It's a little early yet, so you're going to want to wait till the ground dries before you work your garden up, because wet soil is easily compacted, and you want to avoid this if you can. And if you didn't amend the soil last fall, maybe put a little Dairy Dew on top of the garden or in the flower beds, you're going to have the opportunity to do that real soon if these temperatures keep warming up.
Well, and especially you do have a good inventory of the product, so if somebody does want to get an early start, at least buy it right now.
Definitely. We've got lots of the bag Dairy Dew product in stock. The bulk will be a little bit yet before we get it, but you can get started with some bags if you want.
Chuck Cervinski, take care. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, we'll be right back.
Looking for a career where every day is different? Got a knack for working on farm equipment? We're looking to grow our team. Hudson Inc., your local John Deere dealer, is responsible for keeping farmers of America running. Honest, dependable, and self-reliant mechanical technicians is who we are looking for. Hudson provides continuing education, tool allowances, and benefits. If you're interested in becoming a part of the Hudson team, go online and search Hudson Inc. Careers for more information.
Broadcasting today from Foster Blue Water Oil's big annual spring open house and promotions event being put on by the lubricants division here at Foster Blue Water Oil. Next hour, we're going to talk a little bit more about small engine fuel. That's also available here from Foster. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
from the premier kitchen and bath gallery studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton,